Peace, love, light, and healing, family. Peace, love, light, and healing. I don't know what that was. I might had too many programs running at the same time or something like that. But anyways, we back in the building. We back on. Y'all climb back in. Again, what we going over is the way you give birth plays a major role in the child's health. The way you give birth plays a major role in the child health. That's what we was talking about. And I was just talking about, how much a good time I had doing the seminar in Las Vegas, and how all the people came out, showed me love. That was very receptive to the knowledge. A lot of them I know had some life changing experience, just sitting in and listening in, and that's basically all I was saying. So if you can hear me and if you can see me, type in some nines. I see people climbing in, but again, on my comment board, okay, people climbing in. Yashua, shalom, young cub. How you doing, priest? How you feeling? So is we all good? Can y'all hear me? Am I skipping anymore? If I ain't skipping no more, let me know. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can see me good? How we doing? My queen Kawhi in the building. My queen Anaya in the building. Do I sound good? Am I buffering again? I might have just had too many things running at the same time. Navia, shalom, my beautiful sister. I had an amazing time out there with you and your husband. Double honors to your husband and in this household, sister. Like for real, y'all most definitely helped us out a lot. Okay, cool. So basically what I was saying before we get this started was I had an amazing time in Las Vegas. The hospitality out there was amazing. The people out there was amazing. They minds was very receptive to the information. Shots out and all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Baruch Hashem Yahweh, for all the people that flew into Las Vegas to even come see us. And I had a good, wonderful time with my people, sharing the information with my people, and just it's a beautiful thing to watch your people take in new information and then apply it, and just watch that melanin start clicking and seeing, them dendrites and just them neurons starting to connect new brain patterns inside their brains, and then that eureka look on their face. So it's always a good time getting up with our people and giving them the blueprint to revolution, giving them the blueprint to liberation, giving them the blueprint to true health. So I just want to thank y'all because I had an amazing time. I know I'm never at home. I know I'm always traveling, doing seminars, but each one have its own unique geographical experience. If you know what I mean, because I talk about geographic genetics all the time, and just certain people prone and grown up in certain places under the sun from certain degrees act a certain type of way. And I just particularly like, the people that was in Las Vegas. So that's all I wanted to say. We had an amazing seminar there. From there, we ended up going to LA. Went to LA with Kobe and Tez HB with my brothers and them out there, and the younger brother had a video shoot, so we was in LA handling business out there. We had some fun too. We kicked it a little bit as well, and then on my way back, it's feeling good in Las Vegas. It was feeling amazing in LA. I mean, feeling like the tropics in LA. Man, I had a spirit, man, feeling good anyways. Get on the plane to come back to St. Louis to come back home. The plane land and it's snowing, y'all. Straight snowing in spring. I mean, big ass snowflakes too. So I'm riding with the wife Kawhi. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm in t-shirts, I'm in shorts. Cause I just left from, good weather. So that kind of downed me out a little bit. Cause weather really do play a very great role when it comes to your emotions and how you how you socialize with your environment. So that most definitely threw me off my rocker. But I just got back a few hours ago. I said, let me go and be consistent and get on here, give y'all some shouts out. This lesson that I'm finna talk about actually stemmed from the seminar. After the amazing seminar, a lot of beautiful black queens came up to me, and a lot of them had questions about breast milk. A lot of them had questions about birth, and a lot of them had questions about they sick children, and all of their children was like 3 and younger. So that's what really gave me the inspiration to talk about what I'm talking about today. So if y'all can hear me well, type in some nines. If y'all can see me well, type in some nines. All right. If you on my personal Facebook page, type in some sevens. If you're on my blue check Facebook page, type in some eights. And if you on YouTube, type in some 12s. Let me know if y'all can hear me before we get going. Miss Chopper said I look revived. Yeah. My daughter just brought me my little princess. She just juiced me some pears and some cucumbers before my live. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely feel good about that. She be looking out for her pops, looking out for her Abba. All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in. Y'all ready? Let's get it going. So basically what we talking about today is we're going to talk about the way you give birth plays a major role in the child's health. And what we've been seeing is 99% of our women, well, we can go to 97 now because a lot of our women are becoming woke. A lot of our women are becoming conscious of their bodies, of themselves, coming into the knowledge of self, coming into the knowledge of wealth, and realizing that the seed that man have ejaculated in her is very, very important, and that's going to mold and shape, generations to come. So I'm gonna give a round of applause, seriously, to all the woken women and all the mamas and all the doulas that we've been seeing lately, showing you that there is a conscious shift that have came to the so-called African American Negro woman when it comes to giving birth to children. But that's just a small fraction of women that have become awoken to the knowledge of self and the knowledge of the way she give birth literally plays a role in the health of the child when the child get older. So we still got like literally 96% of the so-called Negro woman giving birth the traditional European way, which goes against every tradition and culture and goes against every cell mechanism of the black woman's body and of them black children when they giving birth. So I just want to break down this birth process to show y'all how it doesn't make sense at all. And then I want to get into milk production and how breastfeeding is very, very important, because the chemical compositions in the breast milk is literally what molds and shapes that baby's reality, and what molds and shapes that baby whole universe and atmosphere until the baby is literally like 6 months to a year. The environment that you giving that baby is actually through the milk supply, not only through the environment that you see, like the walls, the house, the geographical location, whether you're in the hood, whether you're in the suburbs, but that initial environment that you providing to that infant is through what you feeding them. And we see that a lot of our black women are only feeding for a week. Their nipples get sore, then they want to quit. Or they don't feed at all and they immediately go on the Similac. They immediately go on these milks that was produced by the same very government that's been oppressing us for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So we have to stop letting these people feed us. We got to stop letting these people teach us. We got to stop letting these people, infiltrate our culture, because that's what's going on. And that's why you seeing all these young children so sick. Literally every woman that came up to me after the seminar that had a child, it was either a milk problem, it was either a birthing problem, or it was a disease that the young child had through the birth. And this is why the birth is a ritual. Birthing a child is supposed to be ritualistic. It's supposed to be magical. And when I mean magical, I'm not attaching this to any type of demonic black magic form of witchcraft or nothing. What I mean by magical, I mean it's a miracle. This is when the woman truly play her role as God, being a part of her man, which is being a part of the God bodily head when it comes to man, woman, and child here on earth. That is her part. She done carried this baby for 12 months altogether, but we ain't gonna count the other stuff that they don't count. But she done carried this baby for 9 months, and then she's giving birth. She's literally giving birth to a new human being. If that's not a woman being closest to God, I don't know what is. And then the man being closest to God is him ejaculating his seed, which is that human inside of her womb. So we see how man and woman together literally makes up this God being that give birth to children. So during this process is supposed to be a ritual, a righteous ritual. This process is supposed to be as easy as possible. This process is supposed to be, elevating. This process is supposed to be creative. Inside this process, we got to make sure that we're not mingling our frequencies or our energy in anything that's of a low thought form, of anything that's going to penetrate the mind of that child and change the way that child will grow. And I'm sorry to say, but that's what the women been doing. And it's not y'all fault, but our grandmas did it, our great grandmas did it. So we've been seeing our children being birthed in these animalistic beastly barbaric ways, and it's just crazy. So the first thing I want to show y'all is when a woman gives birth, a woman is not supposed to lay on her back at all. That is literally defying and going against gravity. If there was a word gravity, we just gonna call it friction. She's literally going against friction by laying on her back. When you go to the bathroom and poop because something needs to come out and you're trying to get it out as quick as possible, you're not finna go to the toilet and lay down on the toilet to defecate or to take your dump. You're literally going to squat and sit on that toilet. That way your intestines can line up properly, horizontally and vertically. That way them turds can come up out of that anus quick as possible because your stomach hurting. Same thing when it comes to a woman that's giving birth. Why would she go somewhere and lay flat or lay down and recline herself to give birth? And then you look on all the hieroglyphs, or if you look into the antiquity and the history of our culture and of our people, and we seen that they squatted. And we don't see them on doctor beds. We don't see them with artificial lights that is literally blinding the children. We don't see them getting all these epidurals, which is drugging the woman and drugging the child, because the epidural goes into the spinal fluid. The spinal fluid then dips off into the blood plasma, and that blood plasma is what is feeding the baby through the umbilical cord. Now the baby is high as hell coming through the womb. Then the baby come out of the womb. So let's just walk it down in steps. The first thing is they lay you flat. You were never supposed to lay flat when you're having a baby. That literally mess up your blood production. That messes up your oxygen flow. You need blood to feed the nutrients to the umbilical cord, to the placenta to get to the baby, and you need oxygen to bring life to that baby. So automatically you're going against nature when you lay on your back. Flat out. Flat out. You're automatic, because you're not supposed to be horizontal. You're supposed to be vertical when you're giving birth, squatting in squat position, because you need to feed that baby as much oxygen as possible while that baby is going through the birth canal. All right. Secondly, even though you're not supposed to be laying flat, and we even go worse, because then a lot of our women are not doing natural births. It's unnatural anyway because you're in a hospital, and that's the reason why you got to get doulas and stuff like that. And I congratulate y'all, and I praise and honor y'all that y'all really are starting to do this, because now our babies have more chances of being healthy than getting sick, because we've been messing them up from the birthing process. A lot of children are being effed up from the birthing process, and let alone the food and everything else. The birthing process is causing damage to our baby cells, and it's damaging their cells permanently, because not only are we giving them messed up European births, after that we feed them messed up foods, and we're not giving them the milk supply that is produced by the black woman's breasts. You see that? So secondly, a lot of our women are getting epidurals. They're literally getting the drugs, literally pushed into their spinal cords, that's tapping into their spinal fluids, and then the blood is being fed to the children by way of the placenta and the umbilical cord. So now you drugging them up. So the baby is not even a day years old yet, and he's already hooked on drugs. He's already figuring out tastes of dopamines, of epinephrine and neuroepinephrines from the epidural that you're giving the baby. So we already getting the babies addicted while they're in the stomach, just because you don't want to go through any pain. When we see through scripture, you will have pain in conception. You will have pain when you're bearing children. That's natural. It's only natural, but you are trying to escape and be selfish and escape that pain, and it's actually literally hurting our children. All right, so that's the second thing. The third thing is when the baby is coming out, it's coming out to all these bright artificial lights, not the sun, not Shemesh Ra, which is what the baby's supposed to see when a baby's coming out, but artificial UV lights. And these lights are very, very bad for the skin. These lights are very bad for the eyes, and these lights are very bad for the circadian rhythm. So the baby is coming out the womb. The first thing the baby supposed to do is open his eyes and make contact with his mother. That's not even what's happening. The baby come out and be blinded. First, look, you're going against gravity, so the baby is not getting enough blood supply. You're going against gravity, so the baby is not getting enough oxygen to the brain and to the blood cells. Now you got the epidural, so the baby is drugged up out of his mind, which is getting him hooked on drugs. Next thing we know, the baby come out, he or she is being susceptible to all of these damn artificial lights that is totally blinding him and throwing off his circadian rhythm. That truly throws off the baby biological clock, and he's not even a day old yet. She's not even a day old yet, and they circadian rhythm, the biological clock, that sets in each different organs of this precious little infant body is already knocked off of axis. It's already thrown off balance because the lights done trick the circadian rhythm to think it's broad daylight outside, and it's not. So this is just this so far. Now, soon as the baby come out and is blinded, the first thing the doctor does is grab the baby with coated gloves. The first thing the baby's supposed to feel once it comes out that vagina canal is skin. That way it can start building up oxytocin and binding. It's called the binding mechanism to the mother or to the father. Either or, it don't matter. And how is a stranger holding your baby? The child comes out, it's already drugged up. It sees all these crazy ass lights that is throwing off its organ production and the circadian rhythm, which is totally messing up the endocrine system of the baby. And then the next thing you know, this baby is being held by a complete fucking stranger. And the baby is not even being held by the hands of this stranger. It's literally plastic with coats on it that is literally poisonous that's going into this baby's skin because the baby been in water for 9 months and that water have opened up the pores of their skin. So now the baby's skin is absorbing this coated latex that's coming from the gloves. So the baby just all out of whack. The baby all out of whack. The baby mindset, the baby don't know what the hell to do. Now is raising the adrenaline and the adrenochrome in the baby. The baby feeling like that it cannot adapt to its environment. So now all stress hormones is being released into that baby's bloodstream. And you wonder why the baby can't stop crying. You wonder why the baby don't know how to find the nipple right. That's if you even giving the baby the nipple. Right? So after that, the baby they hold the baby, they check the baby out. Sometimes they don't even give the baby to the mother. Guess what the first thing they do? First thing they do is they try to wash the baby's skin. Why would you wash the baby's skin? Why wouldn't you keep that mucus coat over that baby and let that absorb in that baby's skin? Leave it on the baby for at least 2 or 3 days. Or leave it on until the umbilical cord falls off, but they cut the umbilical cord. They don't leave the placenta on, giving the baby all the stem cells that it will ever need, giving the baby all the bifidum bacteria that's inside of the stem cells, giving all the baby the so-called immunological defense like its T cells, its B cells, its lymphocytes, its phagocytes. They literally snip the cord. So now it don't get that pulsating phytonutrients that it needs from the placenta. Then they sell your placenta for $17,000 to a college somewhere. And then they take the placenta and they do stem cell research. And then now literally the black woman is fueling medicine that is causing people to live longer off of her own placenta, off of her own cells that was robbed from her that was supposed to go to the baby. I'm not making none of this up, y'all. You see that? Then they put the baby inside of a room by itself, away from the mother, around other crying babies. This baby is just now touching down in this atmosphere, just now touching down in this earth. Y'all don't think this have a psychological process? Y'all don't think this have a psychological negative impact on the infant? It does. Scientifically proven. I'm doing a whole lesson on this. They did a science on this, y'all. A straight science on this, where babies are more susceptible for disease and illnesses through the birthing process. Because we completely destroy the so-called immunological system giving birth to the baby because we doping them up. We not letting them touch the mother as soon as they come out. We are literally cutting the umbilical cord and giving them our placentas when that is the true tree of life that's going to give the baby all this phytonutrients, bioflavonoids, biophotons, all this probiotics, the bifidum bacteria. You see that? Then after that, a lot of our women do not even breastfeed. They put the baby on Similac. They put the baby on the government's milk. They let the government feed our children. And if y'all see the stuff that's in this milk, this fake milk that we feed in our children, that's why our children are sick. But the sickness set in before you even got to the feeding process because the baby was thrown into shock because you put this baby in the worst environment you can ever put the baby in, giving birth to that baby by these damn Europeans. I'm just spitting facts, y'all. These are facts. So let's run over it again. You're going against nature because you're going against gravity. You're having babies on your back and you're not squatting. Not only that, all the electronics that's inside of the room. Now you're giving the baby EMF frequency poisoning, radiation poisoning. Not only that, you're getting the epidural and you are drugging the baby up along with you. So now you're getting the baby addicted to drugs and he ain't even a day old. Not only that, the baby come out and the first thing it touches a European man and don't even touch the mother or the father. And this European man or African man, whoever, it's all European mindset. They hold the baby with gloves on that's coated in poison. Huh? Now, after that, they immediately rip the baby from your arms if you do get a chance to hold them, and then they clean the baby up. Take all of the mucus and the lymphatic mucosa off the baby's skin that was protecting him from the atmosphere. Then they take the baby and put it in the bedroom and put it in a glass room with 100 other babies far away from the mother. And this baby done been in that stomach all together, if we're going to count everything, for damn near 12 unicycle months. And you telling me that this is not messing with the baby's immunological system. This is not messing with the baby so-called immunological system. This is not tarnishing the nervous system. Yes, it is. Then most of us is not breastfeeding, which is very, very bad, because in that breastfeeding, the milk, the breast produces something called mammocytes. These mammocytes is producing proteins, fats, carbohydrates, melatonin, serotonin, minerals, vitamins, and water protein fat ratio for the baby. The first step is colostrum. That's that first part of the milk that lasts up to a week. The baby needs that because it's full of probiotics and it's full of stem cells. So at least if you get an umbilical cord cut, which you shouldn't, you should let it fall off naturally, like our ancestors did. When you look at the hieroglyphs, if you read into our ancient Hebraic African culture, at least if you're gonna let them cut it, at least breastfeed the baby. But y'all not doing that. See, it's time for us to stop being selfish, women. We got to. I mean, if you're going to go sacrificing your body by having a baby in the first place, you might as well go all the way. And I'm not saying it's all on you. That black king, that black guy got to be there and support you every step of the way. And if he's not, then he's a fucking coward. So no, this is not a woman bashing thing. This is not a man bashing thing. This is called black realness. And we need to discuss this because our babies are sick and our babies are dying early, got leukemia at the age of 2, got all types of asthma and all types of things. And we wondering why. That's because the birthing process is messing them up. And then I already did a video about before the birthing process, while that baby is learning and growing and adapting to its environment and learning education while it's in the womb. See that? So it's warfare on top of warfare on top of warfare. They're attacking the baby while it's in the womb. They attack the baby coming out of the womb. They attack the baby once it's out of the womb. They attack the baby growing up. It's just so much warfare on many different levels, and we have to be open to all of them. It's time to literally open that eye and start seeing what is going on around here. Straight up. So now the baby is feeling lonely. The baby is still drugged up because the drugs stay in that baby because the blood is fresh. The neurons is fresh. So that means that epidural is going to stay in that baby's system for at least a month. So the baby drugged up, lonely, exposed to fake sunlight. You see that? Them been coated with poisonous gloves and haven't even had to bond with his mother or father, and is lonely inside of a room, a glass room with crying babies. And it never heard another baby cry in its life. It don't even realize his own cry. Ooh-wee. Then after that, they want to do the washing. After that, they want to do put his foot and fingerprints and sell him off and get a birth certificate and a social security card, selling him to the world banking system, selling him to these damn reptilian Rothschilds. Now we done sold our baby, and then the baby grow up and have all types of problems. And then look, before they leave the hospital, you know what they gonna do? Well, we think he should get some vitamin K shots. Oh, we think he should get his first newborn shots. You know they're going to send the European nurses in. You know, they train them to just trick niggas into just doing everything. So they send the European female nurses in. Yes, you know, he's going to need vitamin K to keep his bones strong. See, the woman don't even produce vitamin K between the baby's age of 1 and 2. It's like, okay, so what the hell was we doing when we was in Egypt? What was we doing when we was in the promised land? What was we doing when we was in ancient Sumeria? All of a sudden, the black woman don't produce vitamin K no more. The hell out of here with this nonsense. Then you look at the bill for giving birth and it will blow your mind. You see that? And it's literally setting the tone for how that baby is going to react. It's literally setting the tone for that baby's health. It is literally setting the tone for the mental stability and health of that black child. But we don't know that. And that's why we have to study our history. We have to study true knowledge of self. We got to, family, because we are messing up our babies coming out of the womb because we're ignorant to the knowledge. That's why I'm saying it's nobody's fault. But now if you continue to do this after hearing this segment, shame on you. But before this, it's nobody's fault because then nobody really have the knowledge. And that's why it's straight peace, love, and black power to the sisters that are literally wanting to become alkaline doulas and get in there and get the pool and, you know what I'm saying, get in that water or get in that sunlight and had that mother bend down and squat the right way and give birth. And soon as the baby come out. See, look, what happened is back in the day, back in our ancient history, going back to Sumeria and our Hebraic culture, it was nobody touched the baby. The woman squatted and pulled that baby out of her vagina canal herself. We need them type of strong women. It wasn't even doulas back then. That woman squatted and pulled that baby out of her vagina herself. Because she knew that it was very essential that she be the first person to touch the baby she been carrying for 10 months. Then she turned around and laid horizontally and let that baby crawl and find the nipple, just the way you see puppies crawl and find the tit, the way you see cats crawl and find the tits, the way you see any mammal crawl and find the tits. Showing the baby how to learn, how to survive and find his food. Now you connecting things. Now telepathic things are setting in. The baby is growing his pineal gland. The melatonin and serotonin is setting in. Then the baby put his lips and salivary glands on that nipple and begins to suck. Now neuroepinephrine and oxytocin, which is the love binding chemical factor and hormone, start being produced by the hypothalamus gland. Now the bond sets in and you're in a covenant ritual with your baby. You see that? That's what we need. That's what's making our babies healthy. Then you put your tit in that baby's mouth and the nerve endings of that tit is pulsating. The nipple pulsating and that colostrum come out. And that colostrum starts out thick. It starts off thick and it's only a small amount. It only lasts between 3 days and 7 days. And what's in it is all the bacteria the baby need. Because most of the time, our females are getting C-sections anyway. And you know the anus is close to the vagina canal. So the baby usually swallow up all of that biobifidal bacteria coming out when it's gulping. It's getting pieces of the feces and that biobifidal bacteria. That's why the anus is so close to the vagina hole. Because the baby need to swallow that bacteria to line his gut lining of his intestines, of the duodenum. But see, Most High work in mysterious ways. So he knew that this was going to start happening. Yahweh knew, the universal creator knew. So it says, well, at least that first 3 to 7 days, I'm going to be pushing out all the stem cells, all the biobifidal bacteria, all the blood plasma that my baby need inside of my colostrum. Then after that 7-day period, the milk turned into something called fore milk. And then after another 7 days, it turned into something called hide milk. But the fore milk is full of low fat protein ratio. Full of low fat protein ratio because it's literally coating the mucous membrane of the infant. You see that? Then you get into the hide milk, which is what you call mature milk. This is what's going to grow the baby because it's full of proteins, or what we're going to call simple amino acid structures. It's full of its fats, its lipids, its oil base. It's full of carbohydrates, which is the CHO arrangement, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. It's full of minerals. Min means from. You see that? Or means light. All means from above. It's full of these light cold frequencies that come from the sun above that's going to set the tone of this biological clock that's going to stimulate melanin production. Then it's got the vitamins, which is your conversion of amino acid when it sticks to all of the enzymic reactions that happen in the body. Then it's this H3O, not H2O. See that? And that's the beautiful thing about a woman. Her milk that comes from her beautiful breast produce the same substance as fruits and not damn water. Do you hear me? H3O2 comes from the breast of a woman, not H2O, H3O2. That is way more hydrating than regular water. A baby can live up to 2 years without no food, y'all, without none whatsoever, just off the black breast alone. Ooh-wee. But we running in, we blame it on work. I had to get back to work. And that's how they setting this system up. Yeah, I had to get back to work. So I had to put them on some government milk. I had to get back to work. So I had to send my son and my daughter to a preschool to be learned by people that's not us, or to be learned by people that look like us, but mentally they're Negropeans by mindset. So I'm still having my children being raised by Europeans. You see that? Or I couldn't homeschool because I had to pay bills. You see how the system is psychologically, systematically set up to keep our children dumb, unhealthy, and sick all the way to their death? When are we going to stand up and fight back? When are we going to start changing the paradigm? When are we going to rewrite the narrative? Huh? It's mind-blowing, y'all. It's mind-blowing. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Yeah, I know it's sad, but I'm going to give y'all the way out. Mother's Milk. So we created something called Mother's Milk. Is almost done, but I'm going to give y'all the ingredients anyway. And y'all can truly even make y'all own until mine's be on my website and y'all can buy it. Y'all can make y'all own Mother's Milk, but we have to make sure that we are starting to study up on birth, African traditional births, where the woman squat, where the baby is not susceptible to all these damn ultraviolet artificial lights. Ain't no European person. Look, not even a European. This is deeper than race. Ain't no other person supposed to be touching your baby but you are the father. Let's just keep it all the way real. You see doulas on the hieroglyphs, but you see them when it was absolutely necessary. If it's not necessary, that baby supposed to be able to come out on its own because you're literally in line with the universe and you grab that baby out yourself. Now, I know this is far-fetched. I know we're not used to this because this haven't been taught to us, but I'm telling y'all, look this stuff up, y'all. Look this stuff up. This is really happening. This used to happen, and there's certain people that still do these things and have great ritualistic manifested births, and these babies are grown up to be fucking geniuses because the baby is getting all these smarts from the colostrum, from the fore milk, and from the hide milk of that breast, that nipple that's attached to your boob. I know they're beautiful. I know I know men look at it for that, but that breast is literally a teaching tool and a teaching utensil to your child. It's a teaching tool and a teaching utensil to your child. It literally sets the biological clock for your child. It literally shows your child what love really is and starts that chemical oxytocin factor inside of that child brain. That titty is a teaching tool. Now, it's not only just the food for the child, it's the teaching tool of the child. It shows the child how to interact with its environment. It shows the child how to stop eating when it's full. This teaches the child how to be disciplined. This teaches the child limitations. This teaches the child everything, y'all. Like, that breast is amazing. And we just look at it sexually, or we don't look at it as it's important enough, so we don't feed our children that, or you just have a Negro sucking on it all day, and we don't understand that tit was made for the baby. And I'm not even knocking the man for licking on your breast. Songs of Solomon talks about that. I ain't saying you can't use it during sex. Hey, use it. The bed is undefiled when Yahweh is in on that marriage. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying just let's make sure we really using it what it was created to do, though. And that was to be a teaching tool and to be food for the children. That breast is literally the environment of that baby. Why you think the baby will go wig out and be crazy as all out hell, but the moment you whip the titty out, the baby calms down and it becomes soothing. The whole baby reality changed once the titty come out. Because that's the environment. That's that soothing place. That's what calms that child down. That's what's teaching that baby. That's how that baby is learning to communicate. That's how that baby is learning to love. That's how that baby is learning to react mentally, spiritually, and emotionally with its environment. That breast is more than just a titty. That breast is more than just a titty, ain't it? I know. And y'all quit trying to stop feeding y'all babies because y'all irritated, and quit trying to stop feeding y'all babies early because y'all think the baby is old enough. That baby will stop when that baby feels that it needs to stop. That baby know more about your breast than you. You ain't drinking your own titty milk. Your breast ain't produced milk duds and monocytes on its own. It produced it because it was for the baby. How you gonna tell that baby when that baby done? Huh? That baby will start weaning itself off at 2.5 on its own. You don't have to help the baby out because the milk start changing and tasting nasty to the baby. So the baby gonna stop drinking it anyway. About 20 bad tastes, the baby don't want nothing to do with the titty. We forcing them off the breast, which is showing them how women break up with them and how women can leave them early. You done made them fall in love with the tit, made them fall in love with the oxytocin, made them fall in love with the binding period. Now you telling the baby no. You showing him you showing him relationship breakups at an early age, and you not thinking psychology wise, so you don't know what you doing to the baby. This is neglect. This is neglect of love, because guess what his love is? Him laying or her laying his bare chest against your skin and putting his bare lips against your bare nipple. And these chemicals are showing him what a binding relationship is. Showing that little girl what a binding relationship is. We shouldn't dare force them off the tit. We shouldn't dare. This is their learning process. This is their growth development post-womb. The tit is the growth and development of the child post-womb. If y'all hear what I'm saying, type in some 9s. If y'all hear what I'm saying, type in some 9s. Let that baby stay on that nipple as long as possible. That's what I say. As long as possible. And these are facts. Look it up. Most of your geniuses that's using more than 7% of their brains was all breastfed. Facts. Facts. And 20% of them that have cracked codes to reality was breastfed past 3. Facts. I study this. I do this. I will never lie to y'all and tell y'all nothing that I'm not for sure of. These are facts that I'm spitting. Look it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. Most of your millionaires were breastfed. Facts. Most of your artists and your musicians were breastfed. Facts. The only way a baby can truly utilize is right part, not the logical, rational, masculine side of the brain, but the feminine, creative side of the brain, the spiritual side of the brain. If you truly breastfeed that child, because mammocytes, which what produces the milk, is called melanin. So you're literally feeding the baby melanin. Y'all think I'm lying? Look it up. Your breast milk vibrate at a higher frequency than water. You think I'm lying? Look it up. Your breast milk have every chemical factor and phytonutrients that you need that's more important than fruits. Think I'm lying? Look it up. Your breast milk have H3O2, not H2O, which is way better than regular water. Look it up. Your breast stimulate all of the growth hormones inside of your child while the baby is sucking on your breast. Look it up. That breast teaches the child restraint. It teaches the child discipline. It teaches the child belly to know when it's full or not. It teaches the child right from wrong. It teaches the child no. That breast does everything for that child. Look it up. Now, since we're talking about the tit, it's time to get about what you putting in your body, because whatever you put in your body breaks down the chemical composition of the colostrum, of the foremilk, and of the hide milk. So if you eating bull crap, guess what's in that breast milk? Bull crap. If you eating things with herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides on it, guess what's in that breast milk? Herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides. So we truly, when we talking about having a baby should be a family discussion. Straight up, before you lay down, before you go and enter into that woman, say a prayer, because it's potentially that woman is going to get pregnant when y'all having that binding union. Before you lay down and you put your penis inside of her vagina and you know you finna ejaculate, and you can get pregnant off of pre-cum too. You need to pray to the universal creator, because a baby can come from that. And you probably a drinker, alcoholic. She probably a drinker, alcoholic, smoke cigarettes. You probably smoke Black and Milds, weed. And this is what that baby is created in. It's created in this stimulated environment, this drug overdose environment. These things breaks down into the chemical composition. Your sperm literally creates the central nervous system in the spinal cord of that baby. That's what a mature Germgite sperm is. That's the nervous system of the child. The mama gives the baby the skin. And the baby food come from the source of the nipple, if you choose to give it that. So we have to quit acting like we gotta be, look, you shouldn't even be having sex and making love if you unhealthy, flat out, because you're gonna produce an unhealthy seed. And we wonder why our children is messed up. We wonder why our children is messed up. It's just time to really change the way we think making babies is. I mean, look, I'm down there to the point where I just want to go back to babies was made from the nipple. Babies fell out of the sky. Like we used to ask our mamas when we was little. And they say baby came from an itchy nipple or something. Because when you really figure out how these babies created, it makes you look like, damn, we finna have a whole generation of sick children if my people do not wake the fuck up. Excuse my language, y'all. Y'all know when I get passionate, I so-called curse. That is not a curse word, but according to scripture, it's not. But my people be so offended. We got to wake up. We got to. Now, I want to show y'all something. Since we're talking about the milk and we're getting into milk production, I'm going to give y'all, I will not get off this live without giving y'all the information on how to make your own milk. The closest thing to a woman's breast milk will be coconut water. Coconut is the closest chemical composition to the black woman's breast milk. And inside of our mother's milk formula, it's made with coconut meat and it's made with dried coconut water, basically. Coconut shavings. That's our main basis of our mother's milk. We got a whole lot of stuff in there, berry blends, simple amino acids. I mean, we got fat ratios, carbohydrates. We got a whole lot of stuff in there. Hopefully they'll be done, getting all of our paperwork and our graphics and stuff done for it soon. But I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. The stuff is there. It's all organic. It's all amazing. It all comes from the tropics. So if it's impossible for you to breastfeed, YakiAwaken.com will provide a substitute breast milk for you it won't never be the breast milk. Don't get it twisted. If any herbalist or anybody tell y'all it's something that acts exactly like breast milk, they a damn liar. And they trying to make money. But it will get it will get as close as anything else on planet Earth that can get to breast milk. Which is what we make it. Now, look, let me show y'all something, y'all. Let me show y'all something. This will blow your mind. This shows you how important and how powerful coconuts really is. And that's why I love coconut water. I wish I had one right now. But again, my little princess made me some pear and cucumber juice. And it tastes amazing. All right, if y'all ready for this YouTube video, type in some nines. This is going to blow y'all mind. And I don't get on here to spit bad news. I'm trying to wake y'all up. And I know it just seems like it's always damn bad news, but we such in a bad position. And we got to get from up out of it. We do. So if y'all ready for this, type in some nines. I needed you in 2000. I hear that a lot, Queen. I know, but look, we hearing this good information now. So only thing we can do now is change, cleanse our babies, put our babies on herbs, cleanse ourselves, put ourselves on herbs. And before we lay down, make sure we praying and we asking that the universal creator Yahweh will bless our baby with good health if we do reproduce, or just be smart about it and don't let no man put his penis in you, and you don't be putting your penis in no vagina until you know that you are inwardly cleansed, because you're procreating, you're playing God. We are gods, y'all. And you're procreating as humans, and these humans are a direct descendant of your weakened genetic codes. And babies are just being raised weak and sick. All right, let me share my screen with y'all real quick. Hey, this is going to blow y'all mind, too. It's going to blow y'all mind, man. Let me blow this up real fast.
So in today's industrial world, is breast milk actually safe for babies?
Is breast milk actually safe for babies?
Could nature's superfood be contaminated? In a revealing experiment, these 10 women will put their milk to the test.
Let's go get the mail.
For those that don't know what's going on is these women, have test and look, and these are European rich women that's living in rich areas. So if they breast milk are contaminated with some things that will blow your mind, then just imagine the black queens in the ghetto. Just imagine the black queens that's been redlined and just been gentrified and just pushed back into the ghettos. Imagine that. If they breast milk finna come back dirty as all hell, feeding their babies metals, dyes, chemicals. I mean, chemicals that's changing the babies' genders and all of that. Just imagine what's in your breast milk. We have to cleanse. We have to be responsible for our children, y'all.
Antigone has high levels of the insecticide DDT in her breast milk.
You see that? Antigone, she got DDT in her breast milk. Guess what that is? That is a deadly herbicide. A deadly herbicide that will kill you dead. It's the #1 cause for all neuropathy diseases, y'all. Produced in California, literally killing the nervous system, give you all types of MS, severe arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, DDT. This herbicide, this has been found inside of breast milk.
DDT was banned a decade before she was born.
Y'all hear that? It is so poisonous. It was banned a decade before she was born. So if it was banned a decade before she was born, but she found it in her breast milk and her child was drinking that, then where the hell did it come from if it was banned before she was born? It came from her mama's breast. It came from her mama's breast, y'all. It came from her mama's breast. So don't tell me what you putting in your mouth and in the environment that you susceptible to do not have a direct effect on your baby. God, Queen, it does. It does. Can y'all hear this? If y'all can hear this, type in some 9s. Can y'all hear this playing? If y'all can hear this playing, if y'all can hear it playing, type in some 9s. And I'm going to start it over because this stuff will blow your mind. This stuff will blow your mind. Can y'all hear me? Okay, we all good. I'm going to start it over.
So in today's industrial world, is breast milk actually safe for babies? Could nature's superfood be contaminated? In a revealing experiment, these 10 women will put their milk to the test.
Let's go get the mail.
Watch this, y'all. This is deep.
Antigone has high levels of the insecticide DDT in her breast milk.
DDT, herbicide.
DDT was banned a decade before she was born.
So poisonous, it had to be
terrifying.
banned.
Like, what are we doing to ourselves? You know, I do really think that when we look back at all this, if we get that opportunity, that, you know, we're going to realise, like, we're poisoning ourselves through our own technology.
Yep.
Wow.
Make sure y'all like and
It's a
share
bit
this.
scary that the effects of these are still unknown, so God knows.
See, so Vila, she said that the effects of all these are unknown. No, it's not. I did a whole video talking about the demasculation of the so-called black man, talking about these very same herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides, and what they're doing to our children and what they're doing to our women, causing our women fibroids, causing our women all types of tumors, cysts, breast cancer, causing our men testicular cancer, prostate cancer, brain cancer, turning our men, shrinking their penises, turning our men into females, messing with their boys' boxes. These very chemicals that they are finding in the woman's breast milk that's in the suburb areas have these things in them. So guess what's in the so-called black woman that's not fortunate enough to move from the hood, not fortunate enough to move from the ghettos, that's been redlined and gentrified? We got to feed, look, we got to cleanse and feed our children the right nutrition, the right information. This attack is on many levels, y'all. They are attacking your womb, queen. You've been attacked from the moment that you conceptualize to the moment that you give birth and to the moment that you have post-birth and that baby is out of the womb. That baby is going through a high level of physical and spiritual warfare.
What they could be doing But I guess the hardest thing is that as a mom, I feel responsible for passing it on to my baby. But the alternative isn't any better, so I'm just going to continue with it and just hope and pray that.
You see how crazy it is? She said, look, the alternative, putting that baby on Similac, putting that baby on the government milk, is way worse. So she said she gonna take her chances with her titty milk, even though she know her titty milk is contaminated. Ooh-wee. That's the reason why I have to create this, hurry up and get this mama milk done. Cause she rather kill the baby through her breast milk than through the government. It's like we have no way up out of this thing. Well, we do got a way. We just got to get on it. So I'm gonna make it my duty to get this done as quick as I can, family. Look at this.
I'm doing the right thing, which I think I am.
And she laughing like it's funny. That ain't funny.
Yeah.
Every mother in the group tested positive for pesticides.
Every mother in the group tested positive for pesticides, these deadly chemicals inside of their breast milk.
And coolants found in
And coolants. Coolants? How in the hell are you getting coolant inside of your breast milk? Ooh-wee. And you find out that it's in the bottled water you've been drinking. Chemical warfare at an all-time high, family.
electrical equipment. But the levels were well below the closest available comparative measure, the European Union's maximum allowable exposures for chemicals in infant formula.
Look at that. Y'all see that? Tumors, headaches, reproductive problems, respiratory problems, and seizures. Y'all see this? This what happened when these things are exposed to animals. What about when it's exposed to your infant baby that's inside your womb that you give birth to? Do you come out, you think it's all good, and you think you finna get personal with your baby and free the breast milk, but you haven't been, taking care of your body through your pregnancy, and now your blood is tainted. Now your mammal sites is tainted with all these herbicides, pesticides, deadly chemicals, and you're feeding it to the baby. Now you forced to either deal with it or literally give your baby over to the government and let your government feed your baby, which is way more deadlier than this shit. Ooh-wee. Imagine that, having to choose and pick a choice between death and death. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
I actually think that you're doing such a good job taking care of your child, and then you realize that you have like all these things.
They also tested positive for the flame retardant PBDE, linked to liver and thyroid disease.
Now you know where all these liver and thyroid diseases are coming from, the chemical PDE. You see that? Thinking that we are truly feeding our babies the right way, but you didn't get your life together. You didn't change your diet. The king that put that nut inside of you to form that baby was sick. He probably was drunk and high off alcohol so he can have sex longer, and created literally a drugged baby, a alcoholic addicted sperm, an alcoholic addicted baby. The things we do, we are very, very selfish people, y'all. We really are, and we have to change that if we want our youth to grow up and be healthy and to repopulate this earth like we was commanded to.
And the chemical PFOA, used in nonstick coating on frying pans.
You see that PFOA? Ooh-wee. Do you see that PFOA? This is a non-stick solution that go on the frying pan. So you frying your food and eating your chicken while you pregnant, not even knowing that the substance from the frying pan is breaking down and tainting your breast milk. That's why I recommend that any pregnant woman should go on an all fruit or all raw diet while she pregnant, for she can at least start a small cleansing process before she give birth to that baby.
And suspected of causing brain damage in unborn babies. Once again, safe levels have not been set for either compound.
Hey, look, real quick, y'all. What's her name? Benjigoniqua Jones. Look, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. I notice every time I post something or I say something, you got something to say. If you disagree with everything that I got to say, leave my damn channel. For real, Queen. This my channel. I say what I want to say on my channel. I see every post I make, every time I got to say something, you have something to say. Exit left, and get your life together. So if y'all want to watch that, video, let me see if I can go back to it real quick. Let me see if I go back to it real quick. Hold on, family. Hold on, family. Let's see if I can go back to it. So it's called The Chemicals Found in Breast Milk Will Shock You. That's what it's called. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Man. That blew my mind. All right, am I back on the screen? If I'm back on the screen, y'all make sure y'all type in some 9s if I'm back on the screen and y'all can see me. Yeah, anybody that disagree with my information, I do this. Can't nobody prove me wrong. I do this for a living. This pay my bills. Like I said, I eat, I ish, I breathe this. You disagree with me, then you just hating and you don't need to be on my channel anyway. This is my damn channel. I mean, my bad. I ain't damning my channel. It's my blessed channel. I feed my people knowledge, whether it's going to hurt your feelings or not. You disagree with me, fall back. I ain't going to miss you at all. Because we ain't even on the same frequency. I ain't going to miss you at all. Mind your business. Go post some bullshit on your page because we posting true knowledge here. You can unfriend me. I'm not going to miss you at all. We don't need you a part of this anyway. I'm trying to weed the weak out. We trying to wake up a new generation of intellects, of powerful-minded people. All that weak-minded shit, all that whack, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a part of the revolution? Get your ass in the back then. Get back on the porch. We trying to bring our people out of hell. We trying to bring the kingdom of God in heaven to earth. You ain't part of that, then you need to exit stage left. I don't give a care who you is. No damn woman, no damn man, whoever. You disagree with freeing your people? You disagree with healing your people? You should be ashamed of your damn self. What, you want your people sick? You want to pacify the truth? Keep your people out here dumbfounded? Keep your people out here blind? Keep your people out here ill? That shit cool with you? Oh, no, we don't need to be in the same room anyway. We don't need to be in the same conversation anyway. We would do better without you. The hell you talking about? Anyways, let's get back to it. So what we created was, as I was talking about before I showed y'all the video. So the closest thing to mother's milk is literally your coconuts, your coconut water, the meat in the shavings from the coconut. These things are the closest in the chemical composition that makes up the black woman's breast milk. So if you don't have an alternative and you can't breastfeed because say something was extreme or just something was crazy and it was impossible for you to breastfeed, instead of sending these children to the government and letting this European kill them through they Similac and all this other stuff, they got metal shavings, rat poison, all types of stuff in it, y'all. It will blow your mind once you see what's really in that government milk and that powder that they giving our children. Having our children drugged off of that. The best thing to do is to create your own formula. The best formula to do is to get dried coconut shavings. That will be the base, y'all. Write this down. I'm going to have it too. I'm going to have some of my own, but I love y'all so much. I will give you the formula. I will give it to you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make it your own by yourself, we will have tons and tons of it for y'all. But it's too many of our black women, have to, being forced to feed our children by way of the government. And we have a better way that we can do this to keep our children healthy and not dependent on chemicals and poison. You see what I'm saying? So write this down. Somebody put this inside of the comment board. Find y'all some dried organic coconut shavings. Dried organic coconut shavings. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get blackberries, dried, blueberries, dried, strawberries, dried. Do not use that much strawberries though, because strawberries can be slightly, I don't like to say the word acidic. I'm going to say citrus, and it will burn the baby tongue. Blackberries, blueberries. All right. If you can find the goji berries without the hull on it, goji berries. All right. Bear berries. Get your berry game up. Hawthorn berries. Because we got to make it taste sweet too. And the berries got all the antioxidants. So the basic thing what you got to do is from the coconut milk, you're going to get the proteins, you're going to get the fats, and you're going to get the carbohydrates. You're going to get a few minerals too, but we need the vitamins and the water constituents. So we're going to get that from the berry factor. We're going to get that from the berries. All right. So I'm going to do it again. You're going to get coconut shavings dried. You're going to get all dry fruits, berries, Right now, we're gonna go over into herb, but it have to be in its sprouted form. It's gonna be alfalfa leaf sprouts. It have to be sprouted. Your alfalfa. That's what's gonna put the weight and fill the baby up to get that meat, to get that fat protein ratio on the baby. Right? You mix all this up and let that baby suck on it. That baby will like it because the closest thing to breast milk is coconut, and the closest thing that tastes like breast milk is a ripe coconut. Tastes just like breast milk. It ain't gonna be the exact 100%, but that's the closest you can get. Is raspberries good? Yes, raspberries is good. Raspberries is good, Queen. Just go crazy with the berry family. Just do not use any berries that have a hull on it, because that hull, the enzymes that the baby is producing, like the amylase and stuff that the babies produce, and the tyrosine and the tysin that the babies produce by salivary glands cannot break down the hull, the outer shell, or that cellulose that is covering up the actual fruit. So we got to be careful with that. All right, got to be very careful with that. All right. Lovely Asia. If you got it, go on post it, Queen. Go on post it. All right. If you got it, go on post it. Yeah, look, I hope, yeah, sprouted herb. That's right, Kwa. That's right, my queen. I hope that I'm really encouraging you queens to do it the natural way. I hope this really encourages you queens to start and make this formula yourself, or when we drop it, you can cop it. I hope this encourage y'all to get a doula, somebody to know what they's talking about before you give birth or before you talk about having a child. I hope y'all want to cleanse yourselves today, whether it be with herbs, the herbs you make, my herbs, or just doing an all fruit diet. I just hope that we start changing our mindset when it comes to our children. We do not think about our children enough, and we say we do, but we don't. All you have to do is look at the hospital records and look at the sickness and disease upon our children, and you can tell. I don't need to hear it from your mouth. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it from all the clients and all the patients we get. We are not thinking about our children enough. That don't mean you don't love your children. That just means that the way you need to love your children, you're going to have to redefine that. I had to do the same thing. You have to do the same thing. And we are people that's learning. We're growing in love. We're growing and learning in unity. We're figuring this shit out as we go. So I understand if we fell short, if we drop the ball. It only makes sense. We've been oppressed, depressed, and suppressed for hundreds of damn years. So I'm not blaming anybody. But now, since we know the knowledge, we have to do better. Because if you know better and you don't do better, then you're stupid. And we're not a stupid people at all. We are very intelligent. We have melanin, eumelanin, pheomelanin, neuromelanin. This is carbon. This is called the blood covenant. We are directly descended from Yahweh. We got this. We got this. We most definitely got this, family. All right. Now I'm finna open up the phone lines for any calls. If y'all got everything I said so far, type in some nines before I open up the phone lines. If y'all got any questions to what we just brought forth, that's just something small, because I'm actually doing a whole entire presentation on this in a couple months. We still got to go over the HIV hoax and all of that first, but I am coming out with this in a couple months. So I just wanted to tease y'all and give y'all something, you know what I'm saying? Get y'all minds wondering and get y'all to change y'all diets before y'all give birth to our new black mini messiahs, because that's what we raising, mini messiahs, mini healers. You know what I'm saying? People that's going to bring Earth into a different evolutionary state, that's going to heighten love, joy, peace, long suffering, goodness, gentleness, faith, meekness, temperance, the fruits of the spirit in this world. That's going to bring love and light so much in this world that darkness and hate will just leave. We're going to rebuild Earth. We're literally bringing heaven to earth, y'all. We are. And before we do that, we got to get ourselves together mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. All right, cool. So let's see. I don't see no questions so far. All right. So look, I'm finna go and drag my my screen on here. Oh, dang. Before y'all call, hold on, y'all. Let me find my little piece so I can plug it up. Dang, what I do? Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, I got my piece. Let me plug him on up. All right, y'all can go and call in. We all plugged into the system. Make sure the phone lines is on. Turn him on up. Bang. Are we all good, y'all? Y'all can go and call on in. The WhatsApp is on the screen. WhatsApp is on the screen. Peace, 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 peace. Plug your phone up real quick. Put your phone on mute. Let me put my headphones on to make sure I hear you real good. And we're going to do a sound check. All right, peace, queen. Speak your name, speak your piece.
Hello, my name is Asia.
Hey, Asia, real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody hear you, queen. Can everybody hear Asia? If y'all can hear Asia, type in some nines and we're going to go and let her ask her questions.
So I'm dealing with.
Hold on,
major-
queen. Hold on. We got to make sure they hear you. If y'all can hear Asia, type in some nines. Okay, they said they can hear you. Now, what you dealing with, queen?
So I'm dealing with 3 major issues.
Uh-huh.
Number 1 is something called pseudotumor,
Okay.
where it's a tumor, but it's not a real tumor.
Yeah.
It causes like pressure in my head, in my eyes, and I feel like I'm starting to lose my vision.
Uh-huh.
I have been doing a fruit diet, and I've lost like 30 pounds.
Mhm.
And I'm noticing that my vision is a little bit better,
Uh-huh.
but I just don't know what to do about it. They said it's nothing you can really do. You just have to live with it.
So pseudo means fake, or it means beyond the physical.
Right.
Tumor. So literally when they went in and did the MRI, they didn't find anything, or did they find something and they saying it's benign and it's not cancerous?
They literally did not find anything. It's just pressure is what they're telling me. They told me to get a spinal tap to relieve the pressure.
Uh-huh.
And that's about all that they can do because there's nothing really there.
Yeah, it sounds like you got pressure from your cerebral spinal fluid. It sounds like you got pressure built up because of acids. So, and that's the reason probably why your eyes are getting better, because you're now starting to alkaline your body with the fruits. This is what I suggest. I suggest that you stay on the fruits, and if you want to, you can get some herbs. Get a pen and a pad, and I'm gonna give you the herbs you can write down, or if you want to buy them from me, you can.
Okay.
Tell me once you got a pen and a pad.
I do. I'm ready.
Okay, so one of them is called Gotu Kola, Guto, Kola, Kola. The other one is called Blue Veravain. The other one is called Ginkgo berries. And last but not least, you have Lily of the Valley. These things are very, very good for the spinal cord and the nervous system. It also get rid of water retention because it relieves the pituitary gland. And this any type of pressure that you got built up, whether we talking about L1, T1, whichever spinal column that you got the pressure built up in from the acids, it will relieve the body of acids by soothing and cleansing the mucous membrane and strengthening the nervous system. And that'll relieve a lot of that pressure too. And get into aerobics. Make sure you get into stretching exercises. Get up, stretch. Make sure you stretching your back. Make sure you stretching your spinal cord. Sit that back up straight and do deep breathing exercising to get oxygen in. Anything that you need to do to alkaline the body to get rid of or relieve that pressure, do that. And the best thing is to get them herbs I just told you and to do some stretching, exercising, and breathing. If you can't get them herbs and you don't know how to mix them up yourself and stuff like that, what you're going to get is the brain, nerve, and adrenal kit. The brain, nerve, and adrenal kit from off my website, and you're going to stay on your all fruit diet. Make sure that your fruit are very high in berries. Them are your oxygenators, and them are your antioxidants.
Okay.
All right, you had anything else for me, Queen?
Yes.
Oh, come
So I also have this issue since I was about 17 where my menstrual is prolonged. This is the longest I've bled probably for over a year because I just don't trust doctors. And I was trying herbs, just trying to do everything naturally. But at this point, they told me they were going to have to do something called endometrium.
No, you
go
don't.
in and spray my lining to stop the bleeding.
No, so what they want to do is, you have something called the endometrium lining of the cervix. And so what happens is whenever you're basically going through your monthly cycle and the eggs do not catch on to a sperm and you're going through that ovulation period, whatever does not becomes a baby, these cells shed off and then they stick to the endometrium cervix or that skin right on your cervix. So when these start shedding, that all the impurities and everything that came from the friction and the heating up of that bioprocess that didn't become a baby, they start shedding out of the lining of your vagina canal, and you call this your period. So if you're constantly bleeding, there's either two things. You're too acidic and your body needs to bleed that long because it's trying to purify your vaginal canal and it's trying to cleanse that endometrium of the cells, because that's all a period is. A period or a menstrual cycle is a cleansing ritual that the body automatically go through each month. So the more and more
feel
you're
like it's driving me crazy though.
yeah.
Like
I mean, because it's a hormone imbalance. So that's what I'm finna say. So notice you're only cleansing because of two reasons. You're cleansing because you have too many hormones, estrogen built up in there, and not enough progesterone in there, and your pregnenolone, progesterone, estrogen, estrogen factor is off. You can use herbs like black cohosh to help you with that, and blue cohosh. Write that down. Herbs like black cohosh and blue cohosh will help you out with that. Or you got a lot of acids in there and the blood is constantly flowing, because when you got acids, the blood have the nutrients to wash that stuff away. So the more and more you bleed, the more and more that you're impure when you're in that area. Notice women that stop eating meat, or women that goes on a all fruit diet, and women that just completely change their life around from having heavy bleeding problems and, you know, fibroids and things like that. It goes away after time once the diet gets better, showing you the reason why you was bleeding so much is because the vagina canal and the endometrium skin layers of the cervix was trying to cleanse out the vagina cavity. So that's all that is. So if you change, stay on your diet, stay on your fruits, get them herbs that I said, because them herbs going to help you out with that too. Make sure you get you some blue cohosh and some black cohosh. You also can get the 3 bitters, because you can dish with bitter 1. Then we also have another wound dish, Ani Nature wound dish, which is on the website as well. You can dish with that, and these things will help you out. But you will get rid of your issue long as you purify yourself and alkaline the body. You only see blood coming out is when it needs to be cleansed. That's it. Cleansing. Whenever you see cleansing, whenever you need cleansing, you're gonna see blood, and it's usually either a hormone imbalance or it's impurities and acids built up in that lining of your cervix.
Okay, and I'm sorry to take time, but just one last thing.
Go ahead.
I emailed, but I didn't understand what was sent back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to cleanse myself of HSV 1 and 2, and I was just like, well, what packages do I need to purchase?
For HS and y'all, so we had a sister that's supposed to be coming up today to do our testimony on HSV 2, but she had a job meeting, so we're gonna try to push that to next Tuesday. But to answer your question, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1, 2, or 3. So my questions to you will be, how long have you had it?
For about 3 years.
How many outbreaks have you had each year?
You know what? I don't get outbreaks that I notice.
Okay.
I don't feel any different.
Okay, so what I recommend you do is, because the outbreaks mean that your so-called immunological system is working and it's trying to push these proteins and things out. So if you're not getting outbreaks, that means that these worms are lying latent and they hiding behind metals and things like that. So I recommend that you get the geogenetic therapeutic package level 2 from off the website. If you can't afford to buy the whole package in whole, you most definitely can do the payment plan that is it show you the method and how to do that on the website once you're going to check out.
So just level 2, not 1, 2, and 3?
No, just level 2. Each of them. So all of my packages are the same thing. The weeks just go longer and longer and longer. You can get 3 if you want, but the whole thing is this. Once you keep the diet and you get the herbs in your system, you usually start seeing it working quickly. Like within a week of taking them herbs, you're going to have like 2 breakouts. That's because it's going to start bringing these things and pushing these worms out of the skin. Because it's all it is. All herpes is a hemorrhage worm, Fascioloscus buski worm that's living between the mucous membrane and the skin of your nervous system, and it comes with a glycoprotein. The protein is what's caused the virus. The parasite is the bacteria. So herpes is like a virus / yeast infection. Literally, that's what it is.
Okay.
But that'll do it. And if you need any type of confirmation on the healings, just go on my Facebook page and my YouTube page. I post many before and afters showing people was positive of HSV, showing that they don't have it no more. And there's a few people on there that's live with me talking about how we healed them of the HSV. And I mean, literally since this month, we got 7 HSV healing testimonies, and one of them was supposed to be. Yeah, and one of them was supposed to be live with us today, but she had to work, so she gonna come on next Tuesday. But I'm gonna blot out her name and I'm gonna post the paperwork, the before and afters. That way y'all can see that, you know, we still doing this. Ain't nothing stopped. Healing is still going on every single day, Queen.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Yahweh bless you.
Light, family.
All right, peace.
Bye-bye.
If y'all got any questions, for what the queen just called in and asked. Y'all can ask y'all questions right now online. The phone line is open. Let me drag it back on here for y'all can hit me up. Hit up Yaki TV on WhatsApp and I will answer. Let it be new people. New people do need to get in. New people do want to be heard. New people do want to ask questions. So if you somebody that call every week, we ain't gonna be able to talk to you. Peace, love, light, and healing, family. Mute your phone, and I'll holler at you in a second. Yeah, so if y'all got any questions so far to the question she asked, y'all can ask them now. And if not, we're gonna go and take this call. It says, Gideon, can elderberry be added to the milk? Yeah, I got elderberry in mine. I got dried elderberry. Yes, I do. And I got dried elderberry flour in my milk too. So yes, it can be added. Just make sure that you wash it very good. You have to wash the elderberry because it got a sticky substance that's on the berries that is very, very that can be very poison to the baby. So wash them before you dry them. I will say that. Just don't get no elderberries from a herb company and then blend it up and put it inside the milk or your milk substitute. Don't do that at all right? Don't do that. Wash them off because you got to get that sticky, poisonous substance off the elderberry first. Y'all think I'm lying? Look it up. Elderberry do have this sticky mucus substance on the berry that can be very, very harmful if you give it to babies. Kind of like giving a baby honey. All right, peace, love, light, and healing, family. Speak your name, speak your peace.
Peace, love, light, and healing. My name is Missy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Missy. How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good. I'm just sitting here listening to these teachings, trying to get up on my knowledge.
Oh, praises. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what this is about. And like, if you look at the purpose of people being created, the whole purpose is for us to bring the kingdom of heaven here to earth. You know, if you get in religion, everybody want to die to get the kingdom. Everybody want to die to get heaven. But if you look at what scripture is truly teaching us, we're supposed to bring heaven to earth. That's our point and our purpose. The only way you can do that is with the knowledge of self, Queen. So I'm glad that you already up on game.
Yes.
So talk to me. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm actually calling about a few people in my family.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I have time to answer all of them. I'll try to call in another time if you don't.
All right, just give me one. Give me the one with the most issues going on, and we'll start with that one.
Okay, so my brother, I think when he was about 9 or 11, he was diagnosed with bipolar, paranoid schizophrenia.
Mucus on the brain, mostly on the parietal lobe and the frontal lobe. A little bit of acids on the cerebellum, but this is a front brain issue. This is mucus on the forebrain.
Okay. And his doctors, and I heard you say that last week it was mucus on the brain, but I didn't call in to ask. But his doctors currently have him on Depakote.
No, you know that causes suicidal thoughts.
Yes, and he's losing his hair. He told me that his eyesight was kind of going away.
It's another form of chemotherapy. That's literally what that is. That's another form of chemo. I thought they recalled that bullshit.
Wow. I didn't even know that. All I did was Google it once he told me his side effects, and that's exactly what the side effects said, that it was a loss of sight, a loss of hair.
Yeah. Because it's acidic side of chemistry. And if you look at how they made that, it's actually have crude oil in it. Dr. John D. Rockefeller, one of the Rothschilds, helped create that. So that's that's most definitely not good for him. What you need to do is put him on an all fruit diet. When he go to sleep, you need to play him some high love frequencies. The frequency 528 pure. Make sure when you go on YouTube, when you go to sleep, play 528 pure frequency, and that's gonna help calm him down and get him thinking better. But you gotta cleanse that gut to drain and cleanse that brain. What I would do is, I would put him on my geogenetic therapeutic package level 2 or level 3. That's what he gonna need, because we got to go through and we got to cleanse all them cytotoxins out of his cells. He need an intercellular wash. That's what he need. But it's so much mucus and acid on his brain, it's messing with his perception and the way he responds to his environment. So you get words like schizophrenia, psychopath, sociopath, all these other bullcrap words that really don't exist when it ain't nothing but mucus and entities and parasites inside the blood, the gut, and on the brain. So he just need a cellular wash.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree.
How old is he?
He's 23. He's actually about to be 24 in July.
Okay, so yeah, most definitely put him on an all fruit diet. If you can get him on a grape diet. If that was me or if that was my son or my little brother, what I would do, I would wean him off that medicine. I would not take him off that medicine abruptly because it will cause suicidal thoughts and it can mess up his pancreas and his kidneys if you take him off too fast. I will literally I will wean him off gram by day until he's down to 1 gram, and then I'll be done with it if that was me. And while he's on it, I have him on all fruits. I get in there and I clean that liver up to get all that medicine and all them different chemicals and cytotoxins and them toxemias out of his liver. And I will cleanse that gut to drain that brain.
Okay, so start with, you said the geogenetic package 2.
Yep, geogenetic package level 2. That's what he would need.
Okay, perfect then. And you said a grape diet?
Yep, a grape diet. The most astringent fruits in nature. The most astringent, healing, alkaline fruits made by our universal creator Yahweh. The masculine, feminine principle is grapes with seeds and key limes. Them are your most astringent fruits. The one that's next to that will be your watermelon with seeds. So most definitely get them on a grape and a key lime diet. If you want to add some watermelon, I know the spring is coming in. Well, not in St. Louis. It's snowing out here. That's crazy. But I don't know where you at on this geographical land. Where you stay at?
Texas.
You say where?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, see, so it feel good out there. Get you some good watermelon, get him some good grapes, and get him some key limes, and try to put him on that diet long as possible. He might have an outcome because he going through a spiritual battle, and putting his body through that fast might bring out some demons in him. So just be aware of that. Just let him know you love him. Keep playing them healing frequencies. Don't be playing no down music around him. No murderous music. No gang banging music. None of that. Make sure you keep calm colors around him, like blue, indigo, purple. Don't be around orange. Don't be around red. Don't be around any of these colors because these things can trigger things inside of his brain and make him react to his environment in certain ways. So the whole thing is just to really create a environment that's conducive for his healing.
Okay. That's good to hear.
All right, and
Thank you
that's
so
all
much.
good, Queen. If you need anything, just send us an email. We pretty good about responding back to emails now.
Okay, perfect.
All right, peace, love, light, healing, Queen. Make sure you say peace, love, light, healing to your family.
Peace, love, light, and healing to the family.
All right, shalom, Queen. Peace. I'm going to throw the phone. If anybody got any questions to what the Queen just asked so far, y'all can ask them now. Here go the phone lines. Hit me up at Yaki TV on WhatsApp and, let's talk. Let's chop it up. It says, does 528 frequency help hyper kids go to sleep? Yes, but what you need to play is that 963 frequency, and you need to put them on some valerian root that's full of natural melatonin. That'll get them children sleep. Peace, love, light, healing, family. Mute your phone. Mute your phone. Yeah, so that's what I would do. Paris Smith, sending your brother all the love and healing, sister. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Paris. That's what we need. We need to just, you know what I'm saying? This work like an internet network. You know what I'm saying? We can literally heal by not even touching people, just by ejecting and projecting our mindset and our intentions and our intuition. You know what I'm saying? Just by doing that, we can heal a nation of people. It all starts with thought and mind. All is mind, all is God. All right. All right. With that being said, peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name, speak your peace. Peace. Gotta unmute your phone, family. Unmute your phone.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good, Queen. How you doing? What's your name?
I'm good. This is Tamika.
How you doing? Tamika Holmes?
Yep.
What's up, my sister? What's crack-a-lacking?
Nice to finally get the call in and talk to.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. How you doing? How your husband doing? How them children doing?
We doing good. Everybody's doing well. Still trying to follow these teachings that you've been giving.
Oh, praise.
Us daily.
Oh, praise. That's what I'm talking about, sister. Talk to me. Talk to your family.
Okay, so I actually called in for my 9-year-old son. He wanted me to call in and ask about. He's been recently having not recently, but it's been at least a year now.
Uh-huh.
He'll have a dizziness and a lot of sporadic nosebleeds, like heavy nosebleeds.
He anemic. He's losing too much iron. Iron is what keep the blood thick. Will keep the blood kind of heavy, and it changes the pressure inside of his cardiovascular system. You need to check his blood work. Get a CBC chart. I bet you his red blood cell count is low, and he don't have enough iron inside of his bloodstream, which means he don't have enough oxygen. So what the body do through the lungs and respiration, it try to pull in air from a high altitude. And for some reason, that pressure in that chamber, it gives you nosebleeds. Most of the time, it's the lack of iron and the lack of selenium, which is a mineral deficient problem when you see nosebleed and dizziness like that.
Okay. Yeah, because he's been dealing with that. I want to say maybe at the most a year now. And like I said, it's very sporadic. And I actually dealt with it as a child around his age up until my I want to say mid 20s. So I dealt with it for a very long time and never knew why.
Yeah, and so look, I'm telling you from all the patients, it could be another reason, but what we have seen when we're dealing with people with nosebleeds, it'd be exactly that. Unless it's something crazy that I never even wish on him, so I ain't gonna even repeat that because words are powerful. But let's get a CBC chart. And let's look at that blood. Send me that blood work. I bet you my bottom dollar it's his iron and hemoglobin intake. He's not producing enough iron, which means his adrenal glands is not working properly because he's not utilizing the iron phosphate that he's getting from his foods. Because I know you've been feeding him right because you've been following and keeping up. You know what I'm saying? You've been on the herb, so I know you're doing right. So that just means he got a utilization problem, which goes back to the adrenal glands and that parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. His body is not utilizing the phytonutrients and the minerals that you're giving him.
Okay. So should I just do the 3 bitters for him?
Yep, most definitely do the 3 bitters and do the iron phosphate capsules and the iron phosphate tincture. So you already know, Queen. I don't even know what you call in for. You already know what to get them. Yeah, the 3 bitters and the iron phosphate capsules and the iron phosphate tinctures.
Okay, and then I can do that even before getting him his.
Of course, yeah. But see, I want you to get the blood work done first, and if you need me to, I can send you to one of my labs out there. If you need me to I can order the lab work for him if you need me to.
Yes, let's do that, and then yeah, just give me that information, and that would be great because our doctors in the area, I don't really.
All right, so look, do this. Kawhi is on here, and Aniya is on here. Shoeshine is on here as well. So all the wives are on here. Just email us at info@yakiawaken.com. info@yakiawaken.com. We already gonna know your email because we rock with you hard. Just put Tamika Holmes in there, and then we'll respond back to you sometime tomorrow and send you all the stuff and the place to go to, and then we'll send you the discounted price for he can get some blood work. You don't need to use no insurance or nothing.
Okay, all right, sounds so good. Thank you so very much.
All right, make sure you email us though.
I will definitely. You said
info@yakiawaken.com. Yep, that's right.
Gotcha.
All right. Shalom, peace, love, light, and healing. Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to the family, Queen.
Love, light, and healing, everyone.
All right, shalom, peace. If y'all got any questions to what my sister, the Queen, Tamika Holmes, just said, y'all can ask them right now. Peace, love, light, and healing. Mute your phone. Peace, love, light, and healing. Mute your phone. I'll get right back with you. If y'all got any questions to what Tamika Holmes just was asking about her that nose bleeding problem, what we came up with was most definitely iron deprivation problem. But you know what I'm saying, that's what we think it is. It could be something else, but I really ain't never seen nothing else. And then when I have seen it and what it was something way worse, and I would never even speak that into existence. So I ain't gonna even talk about that because I don't believe it's that. Because she most definitely be taking care of children. She be at the seminar. She's following. She's making her own herbs and stuff now. So it ain't that. So it most likely is them kidneys. She done cleaned them up so much and them adrenals ain't working properly. And we got to get them adrenals back online to utilize all that iron. Ogdano, my brother from another mother. Peace, God. The 3 bitters ain't no joke. It sure ain't. The 3 bitters ain't no joke at all, God. Peace, shalom, God. How you feeling, bro? All right, peace, my brother. You can unmute your phone. Peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name. Speak your peace, God.
Shalom. Most high praise bless.
Shalom, God. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I love what you're doing.
All praises. All praises.
All praises, yes. So I'm calling in. A few years back, I was diagnosed. I had noticed I was getting these fatty tissues on
Mm-hmm.
my arms and stuff like that. They told me it's basically lipoma.
Yeah, lipoma. It's a fat protein ratio that just build up on your skin, and they building up from what you eating. Once you get off the I got a couple people that's been dealing with that. We've been getting rid of them, but it comes from protein. But I'm gonna let you finish. My bad, God, for cutting you off. But whenever you see that lipoma, that's literally nothing but fat and lipids building up because your lymphatic system ain't working properly. But go ahead, let's get to it. Finish your thought, brother. My bad.
Right. So yeah, I didn't want to go under surgery and get it removed and like that. They're not hurting, but I do notice a lot of them within my body, like my backside, my arms, like everywhere. So I want to get some expertise on what to do to get those removed.
So the first thing you need to do, God, is you're gonna have to get off the protein. You got to get off the protein because the protein is what's building the lipids. The protein was building the lipids. What happened is pockets is forming because your lymphatic system, the interstitial fluid of your cells is filled up with too much lymphatic fluid. So you build in pockets, and this pockets is being filled with these lipids or these fats. And this is nothing but lymphatic fluid draining into certain pockets. So once you stop eating the proteins and stop eating the acidic forming foods, what happened is the interstitial fluid that surrounds each and every one of the cells or blood cells, they will free up. Now this lymphatic fluid can start draining itself properly, and you will see all of these lipomas go away, bro. We do it all the time, man. So you got to alkaline the body first, though. You're going to have to alkaline that body, and you got to quit eating acidic forming foods. You're going to have to get off the meats for a while. If I was you, I wouldn't get on them, period. But I know how my Hebrews is when it come to meat. So, but you're going to have to get off that for a while. You most definitely got to get off the dairy products, which is the lactic acid, the uric acid, the carbonic acid. You got to get off of that. The best thing to do is go on an all fruit diet and get astringents, which is your lemons, your key limes, and your grapes and your mangoes, and eat a lot of those to start pulling and astringent body to open up them metabolic pathways. That way you can drain properly, and now the lipids and them fats can leave the body by way of your kidneys, and then these things will go down and they'll disappear and won't come back.
All praises, yeah. So I like that.
So that's what you need.
Meat, so it's really the dairy.
Yeah, it's the dairy. Oh yeah, bro. If you want to grow some lipomas, eat some dairy products. That will, because if you think about what dairy products is, it ain't nothing but fat and protein. Remember, we was just talking about what milk is. Milk is protein, fat, carbohydrate, minerals, vitamins, and water. That mixed together makes a lipid. That's why it's called lipoma. That means lipid. That means an oil-based substance. It's a mucous membrane-based substance. That's called the lymphatic system, or it's called cholesterol. It's all the same thing, bro. The thing is, it don't have nowhere to go because you got so many acids in your body from the carcinogens that you've been taking. So it's building pockets and it's storing itself because the body is trying to keep it from being in circulation. So its defense mechanism is literally storing itself up into pockets. And this is what you call tumors, cysts, benign tumors, fibroids, lipomas, and all that other bull crap. It's all the same thing. It's the corrosive acidic side of chemistry.
All right. So what can I take instead of protein powder and stuff like that?
You don't need protein. Protein is a myth, brother. Protein was a myth created by a European man, bro. You don't need protein at all. Dr. Sebi talked about that all day. There's no such thing as protein. When you look at protein and you see it under a microscopic glass, it's literally a complex amino acid structure. We are prokaryotic cells. We're not eukaryotic cells. We are Hebraic Africans. We are not Edomites, and we are not Esau. We don't have nothing to do with our chemical makeups of these other nations. So when we eat these proteins, our body cannot break it down. So when the body can't break it down, it gets acidic and it stores itself up in your tissues. So you don't need protein. You need simple amino acids, bro. And you get that from your fruits and your vegetables, God.
All right. Last question, and I'm going to let you get back to the healing. All right. So a few weeks ago, I watched one of your videos, and you had mentioned about something about men being losing 2 inches every year.
Yeah, man.
Now you never went in detail like how to get them inches back.
So how to get them inches back? I'm actually doing a Thursday. We talking about that. But to get them inches back, you got yambe root, gotu kola, yambe root. You got man, there's so many things, but your whole thing is gonna be your yambe root. You got horny goat weed. That's another one. You got ginseng. Your red ginseng that comes from Japan and Asia. It's so many herbs that'll help get you back up, that'll get that skin elastic back again. But you got to cleanse the body of all the estrogen and all of these different chemicals, herbicides and pesticides that they putting in our water and putting in our food, man. And you to make sure you're not drinking no alcohol, because alcohol will shrink your penis too. We got to stay away from all of this stuff because, bro, we straight been losing 2 inches a year, bro. Hey, ain't that crazy, bro? That's crazy.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Wow. We losing straight inches on our penis. But you see the propaganda and you see why. This stuff is systematically done because the black man came with the biggest penises in the world.
Right.
So they trying to shorten up our penises for we don't have sex. They trying to sterilize our testosterone for we don't produce semen. They giving our women endometriosis and fibroids for they can't reproduce. They can get scar tissues on their fallopian tubes, bro. They're literally trying to annihilate us off of planet Earth, bro.
All right, that's it, man. All praises to the Most High for that.
Hallelujah, brother. Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to your family, God.
Peace, love, light, and healing.
All right, Yahweh bless, Christ bless, brother. Peace, peace.
Shalom.
All right, I think I got time for one more. Sarah Singer, Queen, how you doing? What exactly should we get tested? The sending y'all a blood test. Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading that right, Sarah. What exactly should we get tested? Oh, okay. So Sarah, Queen, you're gonna need a CBC chart. I always get a CBC chart and get a renal metabolic panel. A CBC, which stands for complete blood chart or complete blood work, and a renal metabolic panel, which is testing your urinalysis. It's checking your kidneys, your protein and salt ratio, your nitrogens and stuff like that, your Bun's number, your GFR African rate, your filtration rate, things like that. That's what we need to see, Queen. So, yep, the CBC chart and the kidney metabolic renal panel. That's what you need. I'm going to do one more phone call, y'all. Y'all call on in. We'll do one more for the family. One more. If y'all got any questions so far what the God called in and asked, y'all can ask right now. Good Lord, not the shrinking of the shrinking them, Jordan, shrinking them. As a whole in certain demographics, 2 inches is leaving every year. 2 inches is leaving every year. If you actually look at penises and when they used to start off, especially around slavery time, we was 12, 13 inches. And then every year it got shorter, and shorter. Stress actually shrinks your penis too. It's so many things that shrinks your penis. It's crazy. Peace, love, light, and healing, family. Speak your name, speak your peace.
Oh, am I on?
Yeah, you on, Queen. What's your name?
Oh, okay. Zion.
How you doing, Zion? How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm feeling great.
Oh, praises.
I had a few questions. First, pertaining to the mother's milk, what was the shelf life on that?
So the mother's milk, if you get it dried and you keep it in a glass container, it will last a good month. I would say 15 to 30 days. That is what me, Kawhi, Aniyah, and the wives are trying to figure out the way to make it last longer without putting in, because you know for a fact we ain't finna put no preservatives or and additives in it because we teach against that. So that's a whole thing, because if we're going to do it that way, the shelf life is going to be kind of short until we figure out how to put stuff in it to make it last longer. We was thinking about doing sea salt or Himalayan salt, but that's an adjective still, because the moment that you isolate salt, then it becomes drugs to the body. So we can't do that either. So we trying to figure out what's going to actually make it last longer. So I say the shelf life will be anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks. I wouldn't go any way past that, because then you don't want it to ferment, because that ferment is going to cause yeast and mold, and you don't want to feed that to the baby, because the baby going to have lung problems and blood problems down the line.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good question, Queen. Very good question.
Yeah, because you want to, some people like to order things in bulk. I know I do. I like buying things in bulk.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So with ours will be out next month, but I wouldn't recommend you order in bulk until we figure that part out. And I kind of don't want to even put it out until we figure that part out. But it's hundreds of people that's been asking me for it, and I've been talking about it literally for 2 years. So people are like, look, you've been talking about this mother milk for 2 years, we still ain't got it, and that's the problem that we running into is how to preserve it for a long time, for y'all feel like y'all just ain't constantly spending y'all money on it.
Yeah. Okay. Father will reveal it to you.
Hallelujah. You make sure you pray that he do. And I thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So my next question is about conception. So I've never been on any form of birth control. and we've been trying to conceive, and I'm trying to see, do you have any recommendations on conception for
Yeah,
me?
what y'all both need to do, y'all need to go to your where you stay. What area y'all stay in?
We are in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, okay. So y'all got a Walgreens and a CVS. Y'all right up the road from me. So go to Walgreens or CVS because we got to figure out which one is y'all. It might be him. It might not be you, or it might be you. It might not be him. The best way to figure that out is checking the pH balance of sperm and checking the pH balance of mucus saliva. So what you would do is you would get a coat of your mucus saliva. You would do it through a Q-tip. I mean, not a Q-tip, but what you think call them? Them little tips. They got the little spongy thing at the end of them. What you call them?
Swab.
Yeah, get a swab, and you're going to get a pH test. You're going to swab the inner lining of your vagina of the mucous membrane. You're going to swab that, get that mucus coat out there, and you're going to rub it on a pH strip. Check the pH of your vagina. It should be 5.4 and up. Anything down, then we know that we got an acidic environment in there, and that means you're producing too much estrogen. And usually when you're producing too much estrogen, it causes a hormonal imbalance, and you can't produce this thing called pregneline. And pregneline is what actually helps you get pregnant during your ovulation period. We can get a starter kit by checking your urine and checking that mucus, or what they call that wetness that's in your vagina. Have him do the same thing. Y'all can do it while y'all, right after y'all get done, bonding with each other and making love. The moment that he do what he do, tell him to literally swab a piece of that and check, and then urinate and check on the pH too. That way y'all can check to see who's more acidic, or maybe both of y'all are acidic. And if that is the case, then y'all gonna have to cleanse. If y'all gonna both want to choose a cleanse, it's gonna be my endocrino balance system cleanse. It's called the endocrine system cleanse, and it's on the website. That will cleanse every gland, because if you cannot produce a child, it's a glandular endocrino gland problem. That's literally what it is. Whether we talking about the pituitary gland, which is governs the pituitary gland governs your vagina area, and then the pineal gland and the thymus and the thyroid gland governs his penis. So these are the glands. We're gonna have start cleansing, going all the way down to the testes, going all the way down to the prostate, and going all the way down to your ovaries, and just really cleansing up your fallopian tubes, making sure that you're getting the right minerals, and making sure that you're producing the adequate hormones to make sure that when you do go into the ovulation period, that your eggs are ready to receive that sperm.
Hallelujah.
So that's what you're gonna need. So that's what I say. And just most definitely if you're trying to get pregnant, get off the meats for a while. I'm not telling you gotta stop them. I would, but everybody is entitled to their own diet. But if you really want to get pregnant, clean up. Because say if you do get pregnant and then you've been eating wrong anyway, now the baby gonna be susceptible to everything I've been teaching since we first started. You know what I'm saying? Since we first went live.
Yeah.
And make sure before y'all laying down with each other, y'all go before Father Yahweh as well. That way, if a conception do happen, it happens, it's purposeful, and it's healthy.
Absolutely.
But that's what you need, Queen. You need the adrenal kit. It's called the Adrenal System Kit off the website under kits and bundles. And make sure that y'all do a raw diet and try that out, test that. But before y'all do anything, I say get them pH strips and check that out. If you find out that your king, your God is more, your Lord is more acidic than you, then have him go do a semen test to see if his sperm count is low. If his sperm count is low, that means he's leaking or losing testosterone. And again, the adrenal kit will help that out too.
Okay, and so both of our pH levels need to be at a 5.4.
Yeah, well, his need to be a little higher than a 5.4, because you're checking your vagina. It's basically mucus. That's what they call wetness and all of that. It's mucus. It's a mucus coat. You checking your mucus coat. His gonna need to be at least a 6.3, because man urine and man mucus that comes from his penis, because men supposed to have just discharges just like women, just not as thick and not as much. So if he check his supposed to be at the same type of acidic alkaline ratio of his cells, which is a 6.3 and a 6.4. That's what the cell's supposed to sit on, and that's what the man urine and mucus that come from his penis supposed to sit on. It's supposed to be the same exactly as his cell, because he's giving you his cells to create the baby.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I know that's a lot to take in.
Yeah, that blew me up.
I know. Hallelujah, though.
Hallelujah. Bless you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's all good. Say peace, love, light, healing to your family, Queen.
Peace, love, light, and healing, family.
All right, and blessings to you and your king, to the Lord of your household. I said shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. If y'all got any questions so far from the last question, I'm not taking any more phone calls. But if y'all have any more questions for what y'all just heard, y'all can ask them now. I am not taking any more phone calls. But if y'all got any questions, let me know. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Everybody been requesting that as all vanity songs, so I'm going to play that for y'all again. Since y'all like it so much, I'm going to play that for y'all. Y'all got any questions so far? About asking any questions so far from what the queen just called in and said? Y'all can ask them right now. Shalom, shalom, Brittany Jasmine. Peace, peace, queen. What's up with you? What's up with you? About to get my weight on. What about gaining weight on the all-fruit diet? Paris, I think we already talked about that, queen. You're gonna have to lose all that weight first, and then you're gonna be able to rebuild and repair off the fruits. But the first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to most definitely, get off of that. Revitalize the stomach first. A lot of people can't build on fruits because the fruits are being too busy cleansing the body. Once the fruits ain't got nothing to cleanse, then it'll rebuild the body. We're gonna shoot a video to this too, since everybody like it so much.
Yaki, it's all sanity. Truth, like everybody base their life and success off of material things.
Yeah.
But ain't worried about their spiritual wings.
Ain't worried about your spirituality.
I thought I had it all until I lost it. But through my hard falls, I realized that it's worthless if you bought it. You can't put a price on love or it cost you. But Christ on the right above, next to the Father. Contemplated my works that was under the sun. Imagine my face in front of my gun. I hated life. All this vanity, so I hated it twice. New insanity, you made her my wife, but shit, she left too. So why you focus on diamonds and carats? I'm trying to inherit the kingdom of God, cause all else perish. You work hard for that college degree, but that won't get you in the kingdom with the powers that be. Material things that prep you for the mark of the beast. Poverty living with shit a nigga rich in the spirit. Lively priest of Melchizedek. Heathens know that we got next. Book of Matthew chapter 24 and full of fact.
What you did or what you done,
Grievous labors under the sun.
It's all vanity.
It's vanity, it's vanity.
It's all vanity.
It's vanity, it's vanity.
It's not about what you show or what you know.
How is life what you living it for? What you
It's
living
all
it for?
vanity.
It's vanity, it's vanity.
It's all
It profits you not, it profits you not. Think you can drive your way to heaven in that brand new car?
Question, does that reflect who you are? Why you protecting your scars?
Seeking a man to heal you, but you can't escape.
So Brittany Jasmine just reminded me what we was talking about the other day. We gonna most definitely do a 3-bitter challenge. We're gonna do a 3-bitter challenge. So let's do it Thursday. It was actually Brittany Jasmine thought. She hit me up. She like, you should do a 3-bitter challenge. She did one. You should see her face, boy. I was weak. Her and her family did one. So a lot of people doing them on YouTube on their own, but what we was gonna do is we're gonna give away a few 3-bitters for free. A few 3-bitters for free. That was a tongue twister right there. Thursday, and we're gonna have y'all do a 3-bitter challenge. You will get them for free, long as you promise to take them and record yourself while doing it. We gonna see who hold out the longest and who keep the straightest face. Whoever can down these 3 bitters without throwing them back up, down them without making a crazy face or without crying or talking smack while doing it, we're gonna have a surprise for you. So we're gonna announce that Thursday. Thank you, Queen, for reminding me about that. With that being said, I love y'all and I love myself and I love my cells. Let me know that you love yourself. Let me know that you love your cells. You know what I'm saying? We got to be very, very, very careful of how we giving birth. Let's go back to the ancient times on the hieroglyphs, what we seen we did in our Hebraic African culture. You ain't supposed to be laying down to have a baby. You're not supposed to be horizontal having a baby. You're supposed to be vertical. You see that? You ain't supposed to be having your baby coming out, being susceptible to all these fake lights imitating the sun, blinding our babies. You ain't supposed to be getting epidurals, having our babies addicted to drugs and having our babies all doped up when the baby come out. And ain't no European supposed to be holding your baby when it come out of your womb. You supposed to be holding your baby. And damn sure this European ain't supposed to have no gloves on with no poison and latex coat on it. While that baby's skin is still open and his pores open, your baby should not be getting washed of of all the mucus coating protecting him from the environment. And your baby ain't supposed to be getting his umbilical cord cut. It will fall off on its own. And you supposed to have your tit in that baby mouth, feeding that baby the colostrum, feeding that baby that fore milk, feeding that baby that mature hide milk. These are all the substance and things that the baby need. And that tit is literally the learning utensil and environment for that black child. With that being said, I love y'all. I love myself. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace. Peace to the earth. Peace to the gods.